Well, the world of cryptocurrencies has changed dramatically in recent years, from its time as primarily an untraceable payment method to a way for companies to complete international transactions quickly and securely. Our next guest wants to see Bitcoin use grow for everyday consumers. Francis Pouliot is CEO at Bull Bitcoin. Thanks for being here, Francis.
It's my pleasure.
Let's just start off like real basic here. What's Bitcoin?
So Bitcoin is an open source software project. It's a currency, it's a payment system, so it's many things, but primarily its two use cases are to be digital gold. So it's an alternative to what we call fiat currencies, Canadian dollars, US dollars, euros, which is based on a monetary policy of scarcity, rarity, limited finite amount, like gold. And it's also a digital cash. So by digital cash, we mean a payment method over the internet, the payment rails. So Bitcoin is a layer upon which is built numerous payment networks, which allow people to accept payments online in an irreversible way without using trusted third parties like banks or payment processors.
So for the average consumer, because I understand there might be a little bit of a difference between how like some companies may want to use it and how the average consumer might want to use it. What good is it then further, or how does it help out the average consumer?
So every possible issue you can imagine related to using a third party in a transaction is removed. We're talking about transaction costs, transaction speeds, we're talking about bank account seizures and freezes, you're talking about all sorts of chargebacks and frauds that are avoided because a Bitcoin payment is irreversible. So as a merchant, it's quite an attractive value proposition to accept a Bitcoin payment because the settlement of the transaction is in 10 minutes. The payment is seen instantaneously, whereas if you're accepting credit cards, you might get a settlement, every 3 weeks or something of that nature. And there's definitely an aspect of being a hedge against the economy, financial economy, because Bitcoin is an uncorrelated asset. That means that if there's a problem, for example, with central banking or an economic crisis, Bitcoin is not affected by those problems. So it's an effective way. A lot of people will put the 2 to 5% of their holdings in Bitcoin just as a protection measure, as an insurance against some economic downturns.
Similar to the way we say buy gold or something like
that. Exactly, yes.
Now, you've recently merged with Satoshi Portal, another company as well, and you're moving now from Montreal to Calgary. Can you just tell me about that?
Yeah, so this is a really exciting merger between a company called Bitcoin Brains, which was the first physical store in the world based out here in Calgary, and my company Satoshi Portal, which operates the first Bitcoin bill payment service in the world and is also Canada's first and largest Bitcoin payment processor. So what we're doing is merging the software and scalable operational knowledge of these Bitcoin application that we're developing in Montreal with the Bitcoin brokerage and retail sector expertise that was developed in Calgary. So this makes Bull Bitcoin possibly the largest Bitcoin brokerage operation in Canada. And one of the reasons why we decided to move to Calgary was, well, first of all, the political environment is much better for innovation, and the culture of this aggressive growth that we're going after. Bull Bitcoin is not it's not going to be a very quiet company. We're definitely going to be out there, in your face, trying to make some big deals happen for the Bitcoin community. So Calgary definitely seemed like a place where the business culture was most appropriate for us.
And just briefly, when do you open? Where will you be? And what do we get there?
All right. So Bull Bitcoin is actually going to be an application. So it is a merger of different applications, but we're all going to put them together into the Bull Bitcoin app, which should be live anytime tomorrow or in the early week. So people will be able to go to trades.bullbitcoin.com and sign up, buy Bitcoins. They can spend their Bitcoins at an unlimited amount of merchants. They can find some new use cases for Bitcoin. So that's going to be this week. And we're moving downtown Calgary, where we're going to be hosted in the PP Center.
We'll keep an eye out for you. And we can go to bullbitcoin.com, correct?
That's it.
Bull, just like bull market.
Bullbitcoin.com, exactly.
Excellent. Francis, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.